Good afternoon, everybody. How are you, friends, in this Delhi summer heat? So, let me start with the new curriculum, the new course that Pearl Academy has launched about journalism and mass media. I'm Meha Jayaswa, area head for the same program, and we'll discuss whatever questions you have. We'll do that at the end of the session, or in case you have any questions in between, please simply email or chat your questions. Okay, so the course here that we have, John, I hope you're able to see the screen. Looking at the opportunities that are coming up in print media, in television, in radio, digital media, which is booming, and the entertainment sector, Pearl Academy, which is known for always giving in programs that are contemporary, that are relevant for people, that are relevant for the industry, has launched this journalism and mass media program. Because when we checked at the reports, there was a big gap in the media and entertainment industry for talent that is digitally savvy, for talent that is digitally conversant and is up to the mark as per international standards. So this curriculum from Pearl Academy is going to be relevant to the industry. We have had several discussions with broadcast media companies and print media houses, and more importantly, with digital media companies. So you have so many companies now coming into India. We heard about Vice Media. You remember the seminar that they did, What is Fake News, which created so much of buzz. Vice Media has come to India. We have VC Corp, which is a Rupert Murdoch's company, which has come to India. So all these and apart from that, all the traditional media companies now have their own digital media setups. So you have Times Internet, you have HT's Internet division. So you have huge digital setups from the traditional media houses and even television companies. So here's a program that prepares every student to join the digital media sector with all the traditional skill sets which are now relevant for digital. But Pearl is known for its internationality, and that is where the 30% of our curriculum will be taught by international faculty. There are such interesting modules that international faculty will take up, and it's going to be so much of fun, this curriculum. It is unique. Of course it is unique because it has a new setup for convergence. It's going to be a curriculum that is making you global student, a global citizen, a global student who is ready for global career. So be prepared. And when you are here at Pearl Academy, you will have excellent opportunities to interface with academia, with masters, with so many journalists who are at the helm today in the digital media companies. It is the rigor and relevance that is of so much of importance to Pearl Academy, and that is why we are all here with commitment to rigor and relevance. Platforms are integrating. You have print, digital, audio, video, social media, and this is where our strength lies. So when a student is preparing to write a piece for a newspaper, but it's not just enough for a newspaper. You also need to do some tweets, take it up on Facebook while you are covering news, while you are there for events or press conferences. How do you do a Facebook Live? How do you promote that Facebook Live on your other platforms? Connect it. So this is where the convergence lies. So you cannot just be dependent on one media platform to communicate with your target audience. You need platforms that are integrated. So a journalist today will tweet, will come back and file a story for the newspaper if you're working for a newspaper. You will also put up on your blog, and if you have some pictures, take it up on Instagram. If you have some short videos, 15 seconders, take it up on Snapchat or Instagram, and that is where a strength of a new age journalist lies. Let me take you through what are the modules that we'll have for our media and journalism course. So we have thinking visually. It is so important for a student to look at visuals, to read images. And this is where the strength of a Pearl Academy student lies. Many other colleges who are giving modules on photography, but if you have a photography module but you do not understand visual media concepts, the photography fails. So this is where we start with our first module that you study is about thinking visually. This will be how you communicate imagery from initial concepts to quick sketches, and how you will create sophisticated visual responses and utilize variety of media formats for that. There'll be emphasis on exploration, historical context. There'll be a lot of practicals and some technical parameters also. So you will do both photography and a little bit of sketching so that you can communicate your ideas. Having done your thinking visually, we build up that module with photojournalism. So you apply those skills and then develop a vision for photography as a medium of mass communication. So use that skills that you have developed as a medium of communication, as a communication mass media, reportage photography, street photography for magazines, for digital media. This is what you will do in your next module, which is photojournalism. So now, by now, you would have mastered the skills of handling camera, lenses, and camera operations and camera accessories. Another module that you will do is media and society. This module will take you through how media and society interpret. So there will be a lot of historical and cultural studies which will be integrated in this module. There is how it is relevant to today's society, how media influences society, and how society plays a big role in this mass media laws and influence of culture and society. So you will do a lot of theoretical and methodical approaches that will be taken to be applied on projects here in media and society. Do you have any questions here? Do you think I should take up a break and take questions, or should I continue? Yeah, I don't see any questions here. Okay, let me continue. Another module that we do is write, edit, publish. So what is write, edit, publish? Of course, it's from yesteryears. If you do not read well, you will not be able to write well. Now, writing doesn't mean that you have to write pages and pages like authors. Journalistic language is one of the most simple languages. If you can read English, simple English, we will train you to write simple journalistic language. Journalism is for mass media. It's for the masses. We cannot use super flowery language and lot of adjectives and make our writing complicated. No. So we will teach you how you uncomplicate and simplify your writing. So we will write, edit, and publish. Now this could be on both mediums. It could be on the traditional medium that we have print as well as in digital media. So this module is going to be very interesting of how you will write your life stories, or how you will cover some events that we will send you to, some press conferences, real life press conferences that you will attend, and come back and write a story. Then a very interesting module comes. The name is very simple, broadcast, but it's all about television and radio. Most of you love mass communication because of the camera. Yes, this is what my research has come to, that most of you love the camera handling. Yes, we have a huge newsroom here. You can come, have a look at what the newsroom setup is all about. So we have a green screen studio. So here you start with a module where we will take you through how you anchor, how you read news, how you write news for television, how do you write it for radio, have your own community radio channel. So this is what we'll be doing in the module. Of course, media is incomplete without integrated marketing communications. So we'll take it up as an integrated subject, because today brands, advertising, public relations, everything is in sync with each other. They are it's an integrated communication media. So you'll have this very interesting module, integrated marketing communications, where we'll do projects where you'll have to come up with campaigns, and this is where your strength lies in media. You will be able to check out there. Another interesting module which is about digital culture and media innovation. Now this subject will introduce you to theories of internet and digital culture through classroom lectures, through blogging, through practical engagement, online spaces. So we will together investigate and argue on the role this formal and informal news writing and its consumption by readers happen. So students will try to interpret media trends, how new media trends, how new writing trends are emerging, what are these new reading trends, how are people consuming news, how do you get data from social media, how do you use that data, what kind of interactive platforms are there, and how you as a mass media student could use that platform. Having done that digital culture and media innovation, lovely module comes is life through a lens. So having done thinking visually, which builds into photojournalism, now we build up on narrative photography. So your life through a lens is a module that will take you through narrative photography. And this is where documentary photography and narratives will be taken up. So you'll build on these photography modules. Now, what is mass media without a context? So the entire knowledge concept comes from understanding society, understanding politics, understanding economy. While we teach you the skills, we also build your concepts. So polity, economy, and international media will be a module which will help you simplify some of the most complicated concepts of politics, international politics, what happens in international media, and economy. So how you read an annual report and make a 200-word story after reading a 200-page annual report, and you get only 2 hours to do that. How do you do that? So these are some of the very interesting projects that we will be doing in this module. Understanding politics, how media plays a big role in politics, how we influence readers. So this is where all of you will gain benefit. This is one of the most subscribed modules, that is fashion and social media. We'll have an international faculty to do that. So fashion and social media, of course, what is life when you're in Pearl Academy? You want to touch fashion. And that is why this module, which is such an interesting module, talks about all the fashion brands and how they use the social media space, how they communicate through social media, how these fashion savvy models are all through on social media. So you will have very interesting module here, which I think one of the which will develop your softer skills and look at life differently after doing politics, economy, and international media. This will give you a very interesting and a fun angle to social media. Coming back to now what some of the students want to do in life, and that is to become a photographer with National Geographic, or to make documentaries for such channels, for TLC. So we have a module now, documentary and films. This is one module that is, of course, it's a very serious module, and this is where you will develop your skills on what aesthetics and representations of geographies through documentary films. There will be a lot of investigation that you will do. There will be a lot of the art and craft of filmmaking will actually be taught in this module. Remember, broadcast and television content is much different to filmmaking. So the art and craft of filmmaking will be dealt with in this module. But how do you test your skill sets? And this is where we will bring industry to classroom through live industry projects. Live industry projects will have project briefs that are coming from the industry, and this is where you will apply it in classroom. And it will be industry that will come back and give you a feedback on what you have done, where you have failed, what you could do better. So I think this is a module that Pearl specializes. All courses in Pearl Academy, all students of Pearl Academy are well knit and well integrated with industry. And this is where all students, you have an edge for other institutes here. A module which will provoke you, which will provoke your thinking, is going to be discover, define, develop, and deliver. So here we aim that a student develops and employs specific skill sets to discover and define a design problem, a design and media based problem. You look at that problem, you investigate it, and then you can collaborate, and with your negotiation skills, how do you give a solution to that problem? And this is where it's kind of a problem-based learning approach. So as media students, you have to look at society, you have to look at issues in society, and you will have to investigate those issues and then give a solution. So it will be about individual research skills, it will be about project solutions and a lot of critiquing. And then comes a module that will leave people think. That could be opening of scams, that could be so that's investigative reporting. So in investigative reporting, you will take up real life projects, you will investigate those using the Right to Information Act of Government of India. How do you use that act and apply it in your investigative reporting and come up with a documentary or a newspaper report or a magazine report or a social media campaign around a particular scam that you have opened up, or if not a scam, a particular issue in the society or in politics or in economy you have opened up. I told you at the beginning of my presentation that the strength of Pearl Academy is in internationality. 30% of our curriculum, I say it again, 30% of our curriculum is taught by international faculty. Apart from this, we have a special subject, and that is international experience. We prepare students for global media, for international media. You're a global student, and an international experience is very important. Whether or not you can go to an international university and study, but we bring you the international experience here. If you are unable to go, then we bring you the international experience here. So we will have international brands who will give their projects, and their brand communication managers will work around with you and help you apply your learning on international brands and on international media. So this is where your true international experience will come into being. Some of you will go abroad. Whoever selects the module to go and study with international universities, yes, you will get a chance to study abroad. Okay, having studied integrated marketing communications, another international aspect will be the international public relations. So while we bring the international experience to India, there's another module that you will do is international public relations, wherein how brands internationally use their PR skills to promote and to launch products. And finally, you will have three important projects to do. One will be about social enterprise, how you give it back to society. So all of us at Pearl Academy strongly believe that we have to give it back to society, and our students have to understand what sort of society goes through, what are the issues that the society faces, and what could be your contribution to this entire society through maybe entrepreneurial skills or through maybe your special projects and a major project and the media research. So all these three combined together make up your final year. And this is where you will be able to understand how you have applied all the skills that you have learned in year 1 and year 2. Friends, do you have any question? Okay, I can see Renu here. Renu, are you online? Do you have any questions here regarding the course? Or how do you take up the exam, which is going to happen 2 weeks down the line? Or Mansi, do you have any question? Okay, so here I have a question that what are the skill sets that you look at when we interview? Is that what? Okay. So what we do is that when we are interviewing students, we will please read that day's newspaper and then come for the interview, because it is very important for you as a media student, somebody who has passion for media, to know what is happening in the industry, is happening around you. You should be an aware student. Okay, so I have a question from Vinay. What about travel channels? Of course. So TLC is some, because the course is such that you will have a lot of documentary photography, narrative photography, landscapes. You will have documentaries to do in your filmmaking module. So TLC channel and other travel and living channels will be part of the company. Okay, I have a question here. What topics will be covered in the entrance exam? Yes, Mansi. So, topics that will be covered in entrance exam are basic mathematics. You will also have basic English and general knowledge and current awareness questions. This is what will be in your entrance examination. Okay, Renu, there's a question. What are skills required for writing? Okay. This is something that we will develop. You don't have to worry as to we are not recruiting any writers here. We are preparing you on how to write, provided you have the inclination to write, because there will be a lot of sessions on how you write punchlines, how you'll write headlines, how you'll write that first lead para for a newspaper. So there will be a lot of questions around that. Okay, I have another question here from Renu, that how to pursue the course part-time. Okay, this is a little difficult here because it's a full-time course. It's not a part-time course. However, there will be a lot of modules where you will get an opportunity to go back to Pune. Since you are from Pune, you can always do your internship in Pune. You can do your projects, live industry projects, if you have, you can do it in Pune. So there will be a lot of opportunities to go back home and do internships there. But it is a full-time course, so you'll have to be here for the semester. For how many years this course is in Mumbai? This is the first year in Mumbai. But we already have fashion journalism, fashion media communication courses in Mumbai for last 3 years. The campus is only 3 years old. So the course fashion media communication is there for last 3 years in Mumbai campus. Any other queries you have, girls? Mansi, Renu, or I can see Ajay. Do you have any queries? Hmm. Okay, mass media and journalism is for 3 years. Is fashion media communication and mass media interrelated? Yes, but these are two separate programs. But let me share with you, fashion media communication is completely focused on fashion. You learn about fashion terminology, you learn about fashion styling, and you learn about fashion writing there. Whereas this journalism and mass media course also teaches you writing, but it's about general. So writing on business and economy, writing on politics. So this is the key difference between the two courses here. Okay, if there are no more questions, then I just want to tell you that last date for application is 17th of April. And if you want to apply, if you have any queries, please get in touch with our counselors. You could also call us, email us. You have our email addresses, or call our toll-free number, which is on our website. Best of luck, Renu. Lots of questions you had asked. I hope you get the program of your choice. Best of luck, Mansi. Also, you had a few questions. Okay, thank you all. Thank you very much. I take your leave, and please get in touch with our counselors if you have more questions.